Today I'm going to create an agreement form which allows you to fill the fields, set conditional fields, add signatures, and after you submit the form, then you'll receive a agreement sign-up form as a PDF with all the information added to it, all the services you chose, and as you see also the signature has been added. Awesome, isn't it? So picture this, you're looking for a best WordPress contact form plugin and you're scrolling through the WordPress plugins directory. What you see is that there are tons and tons of form options, but unfortunately most of them are just basic make a form and shoot a message type of forms. You'll discover soon that only a handful of plugins actually step up their game. I'm talking about the PDF attachment, I'm talking about conditional logic that's smarter than your cat, and I'm talking about the ability to set up partial form submissions. Also, maybe even tracking folks who ghost your form halfway. Plus, you got this ultimate mode for styling the entire form. Well, I've got my hands on one of these plugins that can do all this, and I'm giving you the review today. So, buckle up. And in order to accomplish all that, we need to install a plugin. It's called BitForm, the one you see on the screen right now. It currently has more than 2,000 active installations, good ratings, and it has a free version and it has a pro version. Although the free version itself is really powerful, the pro version adds even more features. For example, conditional logic. You can integrate your site with more than 50 apps. You'll get more form fields. You can add PayPal, Razorpay or Stripe as a payment options, and so on. Later I'm going to show you most of it. Also, currently they are developing a multi-step form which will be coming soon. And one more thing, if you are wondering whether this is resource heavy, then the answer is no. It's very lightweight and BitForm loads only 3 kilobytes of CSS and 10 kilobytes of JavaScript into a normal contact form. And as far as I know, it's the most lightweight contact form I have used so far. Now you ask, how much does it cost? Well, for the one-site license, you have to pay $19 per year. And for unlimited sites, it's $99 per year. There is also a lifetime package. And as you see, it's $99 for a single site and $4.99 for unlimited sites. Psst. These are the official prices. If you take a look at the description of this video, then here down below you'll find a 20% discount coupon. Just follow the link and you're good to go. Now that we've got the money talk sorted, let's roll up our sleeves and get this plugin installed. Now let's install a plugin called BitForm. So go to plugins, add new, search for BitForm. This one here, install and activate it. It's a free version. And after installing it, you'll see a BitForm menu here. Open it up. I have already created one form, so you'll see what information is displayed. Form name, shortcode you can add to the site, how many times this form has been viewed, what is the completion rate here, how many responses you have received, and when is this form been created. But first let's go to the app settings here. If you want to use a Google reCAPTCHA version 3 or version 2, then you can add site keys here. If you would like to add a Google Ads integration, then it's available on Pro version. If you would like to activate SMTP, then you can do it here. Also you can test the emails after configuration. If you need the PDF files to be sent with emails, then you need also a Pro version. Plugin allows you to create custom post types. It's also available on Pro version, same with the API key and payments. Now, in order to activate the Pro version, just go to the plugins, add new, upload the plugin, like this one here, install it, activate it. And now if you go to the license page, then you can connect it with your BitApp subscription page. After doing that, go to the dashboard and you'll see that under the app settings there are a bunch of stuff that has been activated. So if you would like to create a custom post type, for example portfolio, then you can fill the fields. I'm not gonna cover this one here in this video, but I'm gonna show you how to set up the payment gateways. So select payments, click on payment settings, add the integration, for example PayPal, choose whether it's a sandbox or a live mode, and add your client ID and client secret key here. If you don't know where to get it, then visit the PayPal developer dashboard, click on this link here. Now scroll down, choose API credentials, copy your client ID, add it here. Now copy your secret key, add this one here, choose whether it's live or sandbox. I'm gonna choose live or sandbox if I want to test it. Save, and first one is configured. If you want to add the Razorpay, then it's the same way, grab your API key, and also the same with the Stripe. I'm not gonna touch those over here right now. Now under the PDF, you'll see some PDF global settings, paper size, orientation, and so on. If you would like to share your API key or generate one, then you can do it here. If you don't know what is the API key and what to do that, then don't worry about it. If your developer asks for the API key, then this is the place to get it. Okay, now let's create a form. I'm gonna go to the forms and create form. Whether it's a blank form, contact form, or import form. So how to import form? I'm gonna go to the other site where I have a free version installed. Now I'm gonna click on Actions button, select Export. I'm gonna do that, save it. Now I'm gonna select Import, choose my file, import, and done, it's here. So this way you can transfer your forms from one site to another. But now I'm gonna create a blank form. And as you see, there is a nice full screen canvas over here. On the left, you'll see all the available fields, and this is for the Pro version. If I open up the free version, you'll see that the fields that have a Pro label here, those are not available in a free version. So for the free version, there is no access to advanced file upload field. You can't add draft button, PayPal, Razorpay, Stripe. You're not able to add sections or repeater forms or signatures. Those are only for the Pro version. So let's go back to the Pro version and let's create a form similar to this one here. And first thing we need to do, we're gonna add a name field. I'm gonna drag it here. As you see, you can drag and drop, or there is another option, just click on the field name and it appears here. Now let's create some columns. I'm gonna just drag it like this. So name, email, and next one is date, this one here. 3 columns. Now I'm gonna click on the first. And as you see on the right, we have all customization options for this field. First is label. I'm gonna name it name. I can add a icon before the label or after the label. Or I can just delete those, I don't need those here. I can add a subtitle if needed, this one that is displayed under the label. I can set a different label for admin. I can set the size and position. And now, since my form has these icons inside input boxes, I'm gonna choose the input leading icon, search for name, and select this one here. Download and save. Next, I'm gonna choose that this field is required and whether to show the error message or not. I can also select the asterisk position. Nothing else to configure at the moment here. So email field, actually I don't need it here. I'm gonna drag it down below here, full width, and I'm gonna add another text field here. This time I'm gonna duplicate it. As you see, there is a clone button. So just drag it here. Name for this ID code. I'm gonna change the input icon here for this number icon. Download and save, and done. Next one is a date. I'm gonna rename it as date of birth. I'm not gonna change any icon here, but I'm gonna set it as required field. Oh, one more thing, back to the name field, there is a placeholder. I'm gonna add a placeholder, enter a full name. And for the ID code, I'm gonna do the same. Enter your national ID code number. What else I can do here? I can use regex patterns. That is, I can set up whether this field can contain only characters, only numbers, or so on. But at the moment, I'm not gonna do that. So, email field, placeholder, and required. Now, input icon is email. I like this one here. Download and save. Update for the moment, and let's move on. Next, I'm gonna scroll down below here because I have a section, this section here. I'm gonna grab it and add it here, rename it, choose your services, and now I'm gonna start dragging and dropping fields here. First field I'm gonna drag is a radio button field. I'm gonna select it, give it the title, website type, add a subtitle, prices contain value-added tax. Next I'm gonna choose option columns, and I have 3 of those here. I can also activate allow other option. What happens if this is activated? If someone chooses other option, then additional field appears. For this field I'm not gonna do that, so I'm gonna add options, and first option is one pager for 390 euros. Second is regular website for 590 euros, and third one is web shop for 1390 euros. Now I'm gonna drag it here so it would be a little bit more compact. Next one I'm gonna add some checkboxes, and this time I'm gonna add which payment gateways do you need. Later I'm gonna set this field to be activated only if web shop is activated. But in order to do that I need to add this field here right now. I'm not gonna add it as a required field, but there will be 5 columns: options, Stripe, PayPal, Payoneer, cash on delivery. I'm gonna close it and activate also allow other option. So 5 of those are here. Next I'm gonna clone this one here and add a label, select features, 4 columns, add edit options. So I'm gonna add image gallery, contact form, Google Analytics, and I'm gonna delete this one here. If I need to rearrange those, then I can just drag and drop, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. I can select also the default value, whether it's required or not, and I can duplicate. But I'm gonna close it. So 4 columns, image gallery, contact form, Google Analytics, and other. I'm gonna make it more compact by dragging those here. And almost there, only one radio button to drag here. This time it's, do you need a web hosting? 2 columns, options, I'm gonna delete the third one, and options yes or no. Done. Earlier I showed you how to integrate your site with PayPal, Stripe, and Razorpay. Now if you would like to add a payment field, then just scroll down and look for a PayPal, or you can also search here. Let's drag it here. Now let's click on it, and there is a select config option here. Select your PayPal, and now you'll see there are a bunch of other options here. You can set the language for the field, what cards you would like to disable with it, whether the amount is fixed or dynamic. You can set the amount here, whether the shipping is fixed or dynamic, add the shipping costs, tax percentage, and the currency. And in a similar way you can add also Razorpay and Stripe. At the moment I'm not gonna do that, so I'm gonna delete the field, but at least now you know how to add it here. And the last field I'm gonna add this form is signature, this one here. I'm gonna make it smaller, drag it in the middle, give it a title, add your signature, and I'm gonna make it required. And last one is button. I'm gonna click on it. I can customize the text if needed. I'm not gonna do that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to full width, this one. So, update. Now let's go and add this one to the page, which means I'm gonna move out from here. I'm gonna go to the pages, add new, give it the title, agreement, and now I'm gonna search for the BitForm block here. I'm gonna choose one, this one here, publish. Let's view the page, and it's here. As you see, creating all sorts of form is really easy with BitForm. Just drag and drop the fields and arrange them as you like. Can't get any easier than that, isn't it? Now I'm gonna show you how you can customize every aspect of your forms and how you can personalize the look and feel of those forms. Oh, one more thing. If you're finding this video valuable, then a gentle click on the like button below would mean a lot to me. It supports the channel and I truly appreciate it. As you see, this is the one we created right now, but this is the one I showed you in the beginning of this video, so let's customize it a bit. Which means we're gonna go back to the dashboard, open up BitForms, this form, open up Builder, give it the title, Agreement for example, and now as you see there is a theme customization icon. Click on it and now you can customize basically everything here. For example, you can choose a style, whether it's no style, BitForm default or another theme. You can preview it here. I'm gonna leave the BitForm default, but if I click on elements, as for example form wrapper, I can select the background, this or that. If I don't like it, then I can just delete this one here. Form container, the same. I'm gonna add some customizations here, so click on the plus icon, choose border, it's gonna be solid, DDD, and 1 pixel. Next I'm gonna choose padding, and it's gonna be 25 pixels. If I update it and take a closer look, then you'll see this is the border and the padding here. Next, I'm gonna customize the inputs a bit. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna select inputs, font size is gonna be 18 pixels, and now I'm gonna tweak the border. I'm gonna open it up, select individual side. I don't need top, right, and left borders, and I don't need any border radius, so I'm gonna set it to 0. And if I update it and refresh it, then you'll see it already looks much better. Next section, I need a spacing between this section and this first section, therefore I'm gonna select section here. As you see, I can tweak every field or section separately, and I'm gonna select field container. Now I'm gonna activate override form theme styles. Next I'm gonna add a margin here. I'm gonna select individual. It's gonna be 50 pixels top and 50 pixels bottom. Update, refresh, and you'll see nice margin between those here. Next one, I'm gonna select this signature here, and I'm gonna add a border for the signature box. So I'm gonna select field container, override form theme styles, border. Once again, it's gonna be 6Ds, individual, and 1 pixel solid. Update, refresh, and done. Although I need some spacing here, I'm gonna do that. Margin, individual styles, margin top, 50 pixels, update, and much better. Now if I would like to change all the buttons here, I can do it separately. For example, styling for clear button, undo button, redo button, and button itself. But I can also do that for all the buttons all together. Global styles for buttons are here. Show background for buttons. Let's add some green color here. And done. Font style is bold. I'm gonna set it to regular. Update it. Refresh it. And almost there. Now I promised you how to create a conditional field. That means I'm gonna display this which payment gateways do you need section only if web shop is selected. So what can we do here? First I'm gonna customize the checkbox a bit. Field container, custom styles, I'm gonna add a grayish background here so it will be a bit better visible. This is done. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a small padding here, and it's gonna be 20 pixel everywhere. And I'm gonna add a border. It's gonna be solid, EB, and 1 pixel. Update it, refresh it. This is our field. Now let's make it conditional. And in order to do so, we're gonna go to the settings, conditional logic. And this here is a really powerful tool. By default, there is a show success message rule, so you can open it up and you'll see how does it work. I'm gonna create another one, add conditional logic, open it up, give it a title, and the title is hide payment selection on form load. What will it do? It will hide this field when the form is loaded. So I'm gonna select always form fields, which payment gateways do you need, value hide. I'm gonna update it and let's see whether it works. Yes, it's gone. Now I'm gonna add another rule, and this time I'm gonna choose record, create, edit. Instead of on form load, I'm gonna select on field input. I'm gonna delete this one here. If website type equals webshop, then which payment gateways do you need fields needs to be shown. And I'm gonna add a sub rule here. Otherwise, keep this which payment gateways do you need hidden. I'm gonna update it. Let's refresh it and let's test it. So I'm gonna choose this one, nothing happens. Also nothing happens. If I choose this one, the selection is displayed here. Once again, it's hidden. Now it's displayed. Although it seems that I need to tweak the layout a bit. So I'm gonna go back to the builder, make it bigger so that the labels are not on 2 lines but on 1 line. So I'm gonna refresh it. Much better. Awesome. Okay, this one seems to be working. Now I'm gonna go back to the settings, open up confirmations, and this is a form success message. If I need to tweak it, then there is a message styles, custom style. You can add it here, whatever you want. For example, thank you. Let's add a name. I'm gonna choose from the form fields name. Thank you, Jack. We have received your message and replied to it within 24 hours. This one is heading 3 and this one is heading 4. What else I can do here? I can customize it. As you see, this one is a message preview. You can customize border, shadow, width, and padding. You can also customize how this is displayed below the form is the first option. Second one is as a snack bar, and third one is a modal. This is a preview here. Okay, update it. Now let's go to the email templates, add new template, email subject, agreement form, and from this name. So agreement form from Jack, for example. Similar to this one here. Once again, you can add whatever you want here. For example, hi, please find your agreement as an attachment and my name. Now I'm going to save the template and I can create as many templates as I want. For example, let's make this one to be admin template and this is a user template. I'm not going to fill the fields just to show you that we can create multiple templates. So save templates. And now let's go back to the conditional logic, add conditional logic. Oh, it seems that I forgot to rename this one here. Display payment on selection is the name for this one here. And this one is send PDF. What will it do is that if the form is submitted, then the email will be sent to the recipients. Let's set the actions. When will it run? When the record is created. And action effect on form submit. It works always. This one you don't need to customize, but select the email notification here. And now you can select the templates. For example, you can send one email to the admins and the other one to the users, or the same template for the both of them. I'm gonna select the admin template and I'm gonna select both users here. For example, who is the receiver? I'm going to select form fields. That is, first the receiver is this email here. And the second email is my own email. Next is from email address. It's my own email. Whether to send the copies. And next select the reply to email. And this should be the email address from the form field. Done. Let's update it. And as you see, there is also a PDF attachment template. We haven't created any of those, so let's update this one for a second and let's go to the PDF templates. I'm going to add a new template, give it a title, for example, Agreement PDF. And here you can copy whatever you would like to copy. For example, hi, the name of the sender, and so on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the one I created earlier. I'm going to paste it here and explain what is what. So what did I do? I added a file here. So insert image, paste the image file URL, set the dimensions, and you're done. Here I added the current date. How did I do that? I selected from the smart tag fields date. You can choose by the format here. Now here goes the agreement text, and once again with the smart tags I fill the fields. Now since I pasted it from my other form, I need to tweak it a bit. Let's start with the date from the smart tag fields. This is a date field between my user, that is this field, and ID code field for this form is this one here. Email field is this one, and date of birth is this one here. In order to make it a bit more visual, I'm going to make these texts bold. Now I'm going to scroll down, delete this here, and add my own information. Website type, this one. Added features, this one. Web hosting selection comes from this field, and payment gateways informations are these one here. Now I'm going to scroll down, add my own signature here, and this one here can be added from the form fields. Signature is here. If you want to tweak it, then take a look at the insert image. You'll see source is this field, and you can set the dimensions here. Okay, let's update it and let's fill the fields. Add email. This one is used for sending the PDF file to the customer. Now I'm gonna select the web shop, conditional fields, other information, select features, no web hosting. I need to tweak this field a bit, and signature, submit. This is a modal pop-up. Let's close it down and let's go and see the emails. The email that is sent to the admin is here. There is a PDF file. And as you see, all the information that was added is displayed in this PDF file. And it took us only 10 minutes to set it up. And even the signature are displayed here. Awesome, isn't it? This email was for the admin, and this email here is for the customer. The same PDF file. This was just one example how you can create and send PDF attachment or use conditional logic. This tool is so powerful that you can create all sorts of conditional rules. Just follow the if this then that framework and you can create basically everything you like. But there is something else I haven't covered yet, so let's take a look. Now there are a couple of things I would like to show you more. And first of those is form abandonment. What can we do with it? So if I activate it, then every time users leave from the form page, it will be saved as a draft. Let's test it out. So let's update it. Let's add some information here. Email. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard. At the moment, user is still on the page. But if I open up the responses, you'll see that there is a draft here. Well, what happens? And it's because we activated this form abandonment form. This way you can later see who has started to fill the form and has left before sending it out. This way you can contact them if needed. There are also a couple other options here. Form abandonment, as you see, you can repopulate form fields with a previous partial entry, save draft only for logged in users, or show warning message below the form description. It says that information is saved on our server. Let's update it and refresh it and see what is what here. Now, as you see, this is information. I don't like it, therefore I'm gonna deactivate it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the builder and I'm gonna add a button, this one. I'm gonna add it before the signature, rename it as save draft, activate helper text. For example, you can save and return to this form later. So I'm gonna update it. Oh, one more thing. I'm gonna choose button type as save draft, update it, back to the form, refresh it. As you see, it's already filled the fields with the information I added before, but let's open it up in a private window. Let's add some random information here. Save draft, add it in other window, boom, all the information is here. And if I go back to the responses tab, then you'll see it's also here, although it's not has been sent. It's a really nifty feature. Last thing I would like to show you is the integrations. If you open it up, then you can integrate your form with all sorts of third-party services. For example, advanced custom fields, MailChimp, WooCommerce, Autonomy, Google Sheets, and so on and so forth. Tens and tens integrations here. For example, there is also a WooCommerce integration. Let's connect it. Next. And now I can create a form that allows me to create products on front end or create a customer registration form. If I need to integrate with MailChimp, easy. Just add my client ID and client secret credentials and it's done with a couple of clicks. Awesome, isn't it? One more thing. The documentation page here is really thorough. You should get all the information about this or that right here. And there is also a YouTube channel. Search for Bit Apps and take a look at this BitForm WordPress Form Builder plugin playlist. It contains all sorts of short tutorials. I have also tested the support system and they were quite responsive and I received my reply within 24 hours, which is the industry standard. As you witnessed, BitForm stands out as an incredibly user-friendly contact form plugin. Currently, it ranks among my personal favorites within the realm of WordPress plugins. Now, if you would like to know what are my top 10 free WooCommerce extensions, then take a look at the screen over there, and you'll see the video I made on this topic. Meanwhile, take care.